Hi, everybody. Welcome to Network Connection. My name is Roni. Today is joining me Osman Aydemir. He's the owner and founder of Aspect Contracting in Pennsylvania. Hey, Osman, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Excellent. All right, so let's jump right in. So, Osman, tell us, what is it that you do?
I'm a general contractor.
Okay, so what services do you offer?
We build homes from scratch. On the more complexity of the operation, on the simpler end of the spectrum, on the other end, we will come into your home and refinish your hallway bathroom.
Nice.
So
you
kitchens,
have
bathrooms, basement.
nice.
Yeah.
So it's a quite big range of services.
Yeah.
Do you so Aspect Contracting Aspect Contracting is your company. When did you start? How long have you been in business?
2011.
Oh, so that's quite some time. And what made you want to start your own contracting company?
Prior to the general contracting, I was already in the trade. I had and I still have a painting company, and through the painting, I was able to build enough of a network of people that were good enough for me to hire, and we got along together. We set up a good team, and along that team, coming on board enabled me to tackle bigger projects, not just painting. So over the years, we grew. We've grown to 2 crews. Right now, I have a project manager, so we do about 40 to 60% of the jobs, depending on what the scope it is in-house. And then we do have subcontractors that we bring in: electricians, HVAC people, plumbers, roofers. That's where it evolved into over the years.
Wow, that's really amazing. So let me ask you this. What is it specifically about Aspect Contracting that separates you from other contractors out there?
I walk in on an estimate. I usually ask the story behind the project, and that usually gives me an understanding where these people are. I'll give you an example. I walked into in our area somewhere around $600,000 home. The people had just purchased the property. They had moved in, and they had painted cabinets in the kitchen.
Okay.
And with Formica countertops. So the kitchen needed an uplift, but they wanted me to repaint the cabinets, and then they also wanted to go with high-end quartz countertops. So look, if I'm the salesperson, I want the job, but I also have a conscience. I already know what painted cabinets in a $600,000 house is going to look like. It already looks painted, and it's paint's peeling now.
The designer in me is screaming right now from what you described. So thank you.
So I talk to people out of the job now. I said, look, don't do anything. Wait, because the paint job was not a professional paint job too. You can tell if the homeowner paints that themselves before selling the house.
Yeah.
So I talked the homeowner out of repainting the cabinets. I talked them out of buying a quartz countertop, which was going to cost them somewhere around $6,000. It's a big kitchen. I said, look, if you want to paint the cabinets, you can do a better job than the previous owner, so go for it yourself, save the money. And then when you're ready to do a kitchen, let's do a kitchen properly. Why? You just bought this house. You're here for the foreseeable future. There's no reason to shortchange it. And it's going to look like hell for me to, I'm going to be heartbroken. We're going to install $6,000 countertops. You're going to have painted cabinets that already look like hell. And all I'm going to do is, put lipstick on a pig. It's not going to look good. So that's probably where I'm different. Your traditional contractor is going to give them what they want. And sometimes people don't know what they want. And I try to protect them for their sake. If it's a landlord, and they are in between tenants, so they'll call me in. They say, I'm going to replace the carpet. Look, don't replace the carpet. Why? Well, get rid of the carpet and install interlocking vinyl flooring. It's a little bit more money now, but you don't have to do it every time between tenants.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, well, yeah. Well, look, on that end, I talked myself into a little bit more money, but once again, the intention is what's the right thing to do for the landlord.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
Instead of painting the entire unit, I will walk into them and say, look, this bedroom looks good. Let's skip it. Well, there's some blemishes here. I said, no one's going to see those blemishes. Don't worry about it. You're renting to a tenant in here. It's okay. If I'm telling you it's okay, you'll be fine. Let's go into the other room. Yeah, look, this room is a mess. Let's paint this one. So then that's the approach in a landlord situation. I try to go out of my way to do what's right for them. And, over the years, that has helped me build this network of, resource of, how should I say, referrals. And it's just, right now we're so busy, I can't even keep up. But whether I'm meeting you for the first time or it's the fifth time you're hiring me, the approach is the same. Tell me the story. Why are you doing this? Oh, well, we're thinking about selling it in 10 years. Okay, good. For 10 years, be careful on how much you should spend on your kitchen. Or if you're going to be selling the house in 5 years, hey, look, don't go crazy on the kitchen. Let's just do a little bit, make it look nice, because you're not going to get your money back in 5 years. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, thank you. That's my conversation with the people that I usually have to make with.
Wow. So integrity and honesty, those are very important pillars of a good business owner.
I don't have the heart. I mean, it's a $600,000 house. The kitchen already looks horrible. There is no way I'm going to sell them $6,000 quartz countertops and have them painted cabinets. It's just not going to work. They don't even have backsplash. They don't even have a backsplash or tile installed in that.
Oh no, like what you were describing. Like I said, the designer in me, it was screaming right now. Yeah. So let's give it a little bit. So we live in a little bit of a weird world. There's a pandemic that's, tearing everybody's economy. How has it affected your business?
We were shut down in Pennsylvania. Ironically, at the time of the shutdown, I was building a house, and I asked special permission from the governor to at least allow me to close the house up from weather.
Okay.
That took about 10 days for the email to come in, but I did get the letter allowing me to put the roof on and close the property up. So that was one way directly I got affected. And as people became a little bit more calm about the disease, they started to allow us back into their houses. But for that, fearful period, I should say, we were lucky enough that we had enough exterior work. So I would come to your house to paint the outside of your house during that time.
Good.
And everybody was okay about that. Or we were doing something else. We were building another new house. So that was the transition period. Today, if your house is big enough, I still would tell you to stay away from us for as long as possible, for obviously, safety reasons and whatnot. But I would say, hey, look, this house is big enough. Can you spend the day on the other far end of the house? Let us work over here. I'm trying to minimize the contact with people, but we all have face masks. We do social distancing. The crews are not big, so there's always 2 to 3 people the most working at the same time inside someone's house, so it's never crowded.
Nice.
And if it's exterior work, it's less of a concern. And we're running out of days too now. It's starting to get cold up here.
All right, I'm going to ask you another question. So, what is your favorite customer service story?
Oh. Well, there's so many, but now what's the favorite one? Good God. I think it's usually, it's not one, it's very much parallel to the story of what I had just told you. Mm-hmm. That whole painted kitchen cabinet, those are my favorite ones. People don't understand when they're going to spend X dollars, there's a business aspect to that. Are you going to get that money back approach? And they don't understand that. I flip houses. Also, I'm a developer as well. So I understand the business as a whole. So it's just seeing the light bulb light up over their heads once you explain why you're trying to talk them out of a potential mistake. Yeah. Those are my favorite stories. And it's a different version of, hey, look, don't go crazy in this one. There's only one bathtub in this house. Don't eliminate it. Well, why not? Well, at the point of sale, a family with a child may want to buy it, and they want a bathtub in the house. At least one. Oh, I never thought about that. Oh, well, look, you already have 2 showers. Keep the shower. Leave this tub alone. Yes. Oh, I like that. That's a good idea. So there's stories of like that. To me, once they understand why, all of a sudden, I also feel good about that too, because you know yourself, if the next buyer is going to be a family with a kid.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like you're talking to my soul today. I had a child 15 months ago, for the viewers who don't know that yet. And I live in a house with 2 showers, and we still have to wash our baby in the sink, and I cannot stand that.
See, exactly.
Yeah,
and
the showers look beautiful, all glass and everything, but it's really not helping me. Save my back from bending over though.
When the time comes, I'll come and replace it with a tub for you.
Mr. Osman, everything sounds amazing. Would you mind sharing with us what is the best way to reach you?
Email is the best way. Email is the best way. Phone calls, sometimes I get inundated and it'll go straight to a voicemail. And because sometimes phone calls get busy, I may lose contact with the voicemail. I'm like, did I check my messages today? So that's not a good thing. But emails always is the best way. So my email I could give you is info@aspect, ASPECT-contracting.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Osman, for this awesome conversation. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.